All right, we are looking at an actual extra lesson that goes with lesson 5. So we're going to call it lesson 5C. It's special cases of compound inequalities. So when you're solving some compound inequalities, sometimes you don't actually get an answer, or you could get a special case. So what we're going to do is look at these first 6 together, and then after those first 6, you're going to try the last, I think, 9 on your own. Okay, so here is a compound inequality. You have negative 14 is less than 4x minus 6, and it's less than 2. So with it being a compound inequality, this technically is an and because of the way it's written. You've got your x in the middle. It also doesn't have an or in the problem, so that's how you can tell the difference. So remember, when you're solving these, you're going to add 6 to the beginning, the middle, and the end. So this would give you negative 8 is less than 4x, which is less than 8. Okay, you would then divide everything by 4. So you have negative 2 is less than x, which is less than 2. Okay, so when you're looking at this, you're going to ask yourself, well, does it make sense? Is negative 2 less than x, and is that less than 2? Which this does make sense. So this is an actual, not a special case. So on your number line, you would put a open circle at 2, or negative 2, an open circle at 2, and you are looking for the stuff in between, so we're going to shade in between. For interval notation, because this is not included, you're going to use a parentheses, and then a negative 2, and then a 2, and then another parentheses. Okay, again, this is not a point, it's interval notation. It's saying that the set is from negative 2 to positive 2, not including those ends. Okay, so let's take a look at number 2 and see how that one goes. So if I have negative 2a minus 7 is less than 3, and I have or 5a plus 10 is less than or equal to 15. Because this is an or, we're going to solve them separately, put them on one graph, and see if there's an answer. So if you are solving this, you're going to add 7 to both sides. So you get negative 2a is less than 10. Divide by 2, negative 2. So that means you have to flip that inequality. So we're going to make it a greater than now, and this would be negative 5. This is an or, so it can be this or this. So minus 10 from both sides, so you get 5a is less than or equal to 5. Divide everything by 5, so a is less than or equal to 1. Okay, so this looks normal when you're solving it out, but when you go to put it on the graph, sorry, my mind is drawing a blank, you're going to have a is greater than or equal to negative 5. Okay, so at negative 5, you would have an open circle. Okay, and greater than would be everything going this direction. Everything going this direction. Okay, however, this is saying that a is less than or equal to 1, so you would have a closed circle at 1, and then it would be everything going this direction. Well, what happens when that occurs is technically this is an or, however, you're getting everything on the line, so this is considered a special case. So it's not going in opposite directions, it's actually going towards each other. Okay, so since this is an or, and when we graphed it, we actually get an and, this gives you all real numbers as your actual answer. So that's why it's a special case, because they actually overlap when you do a graph. So this is all real numbers. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at number 3. So number 3, again, it's an or. So when we go to actually graph this, it should go out from each other. So you should have one going out and one going out. And if it doesn't, then that technically will be a special case. So we have p plus 2 is less than or equal to -6. And then we have or p minus 7 is greater than -1. Solving this, -2 from both sides, so p is less than or equal to -8. And then we add 7, so p is greater than or equal to 6. This is an or, so as long as when we go to graph it, it goes opposite, that would be our answer. So at -8, it's going to be a closed circle. And we want p to be less. Less goes to the left. So it is everything this direction. Okay, at 6, it's an open circle. And then we want p to be greater, so this would be going this direction. Okay, so this is an actual answer. This one is not a special case. It is the actual answer of the problem. So for interval notation, we have parentheses, -infinity, and then -8 with a bracket, unioned with parentheses. This is at 6, and then it goes to +infinity with a parenthesis. Again, closed circle will give you a bracket, open circle, and it will give you a parenthesis. Looking at number 4, we have a compound inequality. This technically is supposed to be an and because we have that variable in the middle, and then we have 2 inequalities. So it's like one whole sentence together. So -32 is less than 3 plus 5r, which is less than or equal to -37. When we're going to solve this, we have to take this and -3. So we're going to minus it from the beginning, the middle, and the end. So you should get -35 is less than 5r, which is less than or equal to -40. Then you're going to divide everything by 5. So if I divide the beginning, middle, and end by 5, the 5s are going to cancel out in the middle, so you should have -7 is less than r, which is less than or equal to, this would be a -8. Okay, so on this one, when you're actually looking at it, -7 is less than r, which is less than or equal to -8. You should already have questions in your mind. Does this actually make sense? Because when you are reading it, the smaller number should always be on the left. And in this case, it is not. The smaller number is on the right. So when this doesn't make sense, okay, and the order doesn't make sense at all, this would be considered a no solution. Okay, so in other words, there is no value for here that is -7 is less than this value, but it's also less than -8. There's no possible answer that will work. So you put no solution and you just leave the actual graph blank. So this one you definitely have to think about. Okay, let's go ahead and look at number 5. Number 5, right now it looks like an and, so when I go to graph it, it should fall in the middle. So when I actually solve these out, I'm looking for the center to be the actual answer. All right, so -7, so 10k is less than 40, k would be less than 4, and minus that, so actually add that, so you'd get 7k is less than or equal to -7, divide by k, 7, so it would be less than or equal to -1. Okay, and this is supposed to be an and, so it should fall in between these, but if we go to graph this, and we have that -1, and it wants k is less than -1, technically that's this direction. Okay, at 4, it's also an open circle, and we want less than, so it's also going this direction. Okay, so let me try and do this in a different color. It's not a good one. All right. So here, if I go to draw this color going down, with it being and, it's actually the overlap of the two colors. So the overlap of the two colors take place from here on down. So your actual answer is just this one on down. So your answer would be K is less than or equal to -1. If it being an and, it has to be both of them. So this only has one color in it. It's really kind of messed up, but it only has one color. So you're looking for the overlap because it's an and, so it has to be and, so it has to be both of them. So it would be, for interval notation, -infinity to -1 with a bracket. All right, let me try and highlight those instead of using this color so you can actually see it a little bit more. So at -1, you'd have a closed circle. At 4, you're going to have an open circle. Okay, and for the -4, you're going to have this direction. Okay, and then for the -1, you're also going to have this direction. So what you're actually looking for is where do the two, because it's an and, where do the two overlap? And that's this section. So that's why K less than -1 is your actual answer. Hopefully this will help a little bit more. I think number 6 will help us solidify. Okay, for number 6, the same thing. We have -3r minus 4, which is less than or equal to -10. This one is an or, so typical ors go away from each other. We have 2r minus 4 is greater than or equal to 10. So add 4, -3r is less than, this would be -6, divide by -3, so flip the sign, so it'd be greater than or equal to 2. And then here add the 4, so you get 2r is greater than or equal to 14, divide by 2, so r is greater than or equal to 7. Okay, so normally this is an or, and they should go in opposite directions. But if I go to plot them, this has a solid circle, and it's greater than, so greater than would be to the right. And then with the other one, it is at 7, which 7 is down here. Hopefully I didn't mess up yet. 7 is down here, and it would be a closed circle also, but we also want greater than, so it's everything going this direction. But because this is an or, it can be either one. It doesn't have to be both. So this one actually, the blue one, would cover both of them. So it would go this way. So we're using the blue one because it's an or. So it can be this or this. This one includes both of them. So your answer would be r is greater than or equal to 2. And then when you go to write it in interval notation, it would be 2, comma, positive infinity. Okay. I will try and do maybe a few more in another video and attach them. But these two are going to be more difficult. This is an and, so it has to have the two colors of overlap. This one's an or, so it does just have to have one. So as long as one covers up the other, you can use the single color to cover up both of them, which is a little bit confusing. If you do have questions, I will try and do like a Google Meet at some point in time. With this, at least go through and solve all these out. So you should get these two values no matter what, and then that will help us get them on the graph to be able to see what they actually are. Okay, I truly do miss you guys. This is very, very hard just to be away because I obviously do like to be in person. So I hope all is well. I am not very sick, and I get to come back next Friday.